Hello everyone, welcome back to PrepBee. And today we are going to solve VARC. Today is VARC day 19 and we are going to solve CAT 2022 slot 1 RC passage. So let's get started. Critical theory of technology is a political theory of modernity with a normative dimension, sorry. It belongs to a tradition extending from Marx to Foucault and Habermas, according to which advances in the formal claims of human rights take center stage, while in the background, centralization of ever more powerful public institutions and private organizations imposes an authoritarian social order. So, what the author is trying to say is that this theory, critical theory of technology, this theory looks at technology through a political lens, focusing on how it affects society and includes ideas on how technology should be developed or managed. All right. So they are trying to say that this theory is part of historical tradition. Like there are thinkers like Marx who emphasized that while human rights and freedoms they are publicly valued, powerful institutions and organizations quietly consolidate control, leading to authoritarian systems. Marx attributed this trajectory to the capitalist rationalization of production. Today, it marks many institutions beside the factory and every modern political system including so-called socialist system. This trajectory arose from the problems of command over a disempowered and de-skilled labor force, but everywhere that masses are organized, whether it be for Karl's prisons or Habermas's public sphere, the same pattern prevails. Technological design and development is shaped by this pattern as a material base of a distinctive social order. Would later point to a project as the basis of what he called rather confusingly technological rationality. Releasing technology from this project is a democratic political task. All right. So here the author is trying to say that Marx argued that this trend of centralization and control arose because of capitalism. Capitalism needed production to be efficient and organized. Now, this centralization is seen in all kinds of institutions, not just factories. It affects every political system. It affects even the socialist systems, as mentioned here. All right. Now, this trajectory arose. That meaning is that the need to control a workforce with little power and few skills led to this trend. Why this trajectory got introduced? Because there is a need to control the workforce with very little power and few skills. However, similar control patterns are seen in other areas, such as Foucault's analysis of prisons or Habermas' study of public debate forums. All right. The way technology is designed reflects this pattern of control, forming a foundation of a unique societal structure. They are trying to say that the Marcus suggested that there is an underlying project or purpose in how technology is used, which he called technological rationality, a term that can be confusing because it suggests a neutral logical process. And making technology more democratic and free from this controlling purpose is a political challenge, is what the author believes. All right. Now, in accordance with the general line of thought, critical theory of technology regards technologies as an environment rather than a collection of tools. So this theory sees technology not just as tools we use, but as an entire environment we live with it. We live today with and even within technologies that determine our way of life. So technologies is so integrated in our lives that they shape how we live. Along with the constant pressures to build centers of power, many other social values and meanings are inscribed in technological design. So technology is designed not only to create power structures, but also it reflects social values and ideas. All right. Hermeneutics of technology must make explicit the meanings implicit in the devices we use and the rituals they script. So, deep analysis, that is hermeneutics of technology, should uncover the hidden meanings and habits that our devices encourage. Social histories of technology such as bicycle, artificial lighting, or firearms have made important contribution to this type of analysis. Critical theory of technology attempts to build a methodological approach on the lessons of these histories. So studies on history and specific technologies like bicycles or lightings, they have helped reveal how technology impacts society. Critical theory of technology uses insight from history of technology to develop a systematic approach to understand its relevance in the society. All right. As an environment, technologies shape their inhabitants. In this respect, they are comparable to laws and customs. So, since technology forms an environment, it also shapes the people who live with it. In this way, technology is similar to that of law and traditions, which also shape human behavior. Each of these institutions can be said to represent those who live under their sway through privileging certain dimensions of their human nature. These institutions, like laws, customs, technology, they represent society by promoting certain aspects of human nature. Law of property represent the interest in ownership and control. Customs such as parental authority represents the interest of childhood in safety and growth. Similarly, automobile represents its users insofar as they are interested in mobility. Interest as these constitute the version of human nature sanctioned by society. So they are just trying to say that these interests, let it be ownership or safety or mobility, they make up the human nature and that society supports and promotes. This notion of representation does not imply an eternal human nature. So this idea doesn't mean human nature is fixed and unchanging. The concept of nature as non-identity in the Frankfurt School suggests an alternative. On these terms, nature is what lies at the limit of history, at the point of which society loses the capacity to imprint its meanings on things and control them effectively. So thinkers from the Frankfurt School, they propose a different view of nature, where it is not a static identity. According to their view, nature is what remains beyond society's control, what society cannot fully define or fully cannot shape. This reference here is, of course, not to the nature of natural science, but to the lived nature in which we find ourselves and which we are. So this idea of nature refers to the to our lived experiences and not the natural science world. This nature reveals itself as that cannot be totally encompassed by the machinery of society. So this lived nature is something that society can't fully control or fully cannot capture. But the Frankfurt School, human nature in all its transcending force, emerges out of a historical context as the context is depicted in illicit joys, struggles, and pathologies. So the Frankfurt School believes that human nature shows itself its strongest form through history, often in moments of resistance or pleasure or conflict. We can perhaps admit a less romantic concept in those dimensions of human nature recognized by society are also granted theoretical legitimacy. So it's possible to have a more realistic view, accepting that society's recognized aspects of human nature also have importance the in the value of theory. All right. So this is the passage, a little bit tricky, no doubt about it, but but when the passages is like that, you can expect that the questions are going to be slightly easy. All right. So let's get started. All of the following claims can be inferred from the passage, except what cannot be inferred. Technologies seek to privilege certain dimensions of human nature at a high cost to lived nature. We are not talking about some high cost to lived nature or something. So this looks like a distortion. We'll hold on to this. The significance of parental authority to children's safety does not therefore imply that parental authority is permanent aspect of human nature. Exactly, because they say that yeah, this nature is changing. It's not fixed. Analysis of technology must engage with the social histories to be able to reveal, yes, they have talked about the social histories. The critical theory of technology argues that issues of human rights becomes more prominent. We lose sight of the ways in which social order becomes more authoritative. It is given somewhere here, exactly. In the first paragraph only it is given. So one is your answer. High cost वाला नहीं दिया है. Which of the following statement best reflects the main arguments of fourth paragraph of the passage? What is the fourth paragraph of the passage? As an environment, technologies can shape their inhabitants. So they are just like laws and customs. And each of these institutions, they represent who we live. All right. So they are talking about ownership, control, all of that. So, which of the following will best reflect the main argument? Technological environments privilege certain dimensions of human nature as effectively as laws and customs. They are just saying that they are comparable. You know, uh, uh, in some aspects, you can consider that in this respect. What is that respect? As an environment, technology shape their inhabitants. In this respect, you can compare. They are not saying that certain dimensions are as effective as laws and customs. Technology, laws, and customs are not unlike each other if considered as an institution. If you consider it as an institution which actually shape their inhabitants, you cannot really this. I mean, they are not unlike each other. They are comparable. Then hold on to this. They are comparable but dissimilar phenomena. We don't know if they are dissimilar phenomena. Automobiles represent very, see, when it starts with automobiles, that itself gives a hint that it is very narrow. So, who is your answer? All right. Now let's go to the next one. Which one of the following statements contradicts the arguments of the passage? Marx's understanding of the capitalist rationalization of production and Marcus's understanding of a project of technological rationality, they share theoretical inclinations. Yes, exactly what is given in this paragraph. Now, about the Marcus and this one. Masses are organized in patterns set by Foucault's prism and the Habermas public sphere. Are they talking about masses? They are not talking about masses, they are organized in patterns set by this. And again, they are not set by something. They are not set by Foucault's this one. So this is something very distorted. And you eliminate it. Paradoxically, the capitalist rationalization of production is a mark of so-called socialist system as well. Yes, it has been given that it affects not only this, but as well as socialist system also, right? Here it is given. The problems of command over disempowered and disskilled labor force give rise to similar patterns of capitalist rationalization of production wherever masses were organized. Yes, this is given. Hence, two is they are not by Foucault's prisons and the Habermas public sphere. Which one of the following can be inferred as a supporting the arguments of the passage? The romantic conception of nature referred to by the passage is one that requires theoretical legitimacy. Romantic conception itself is not right. Technologies form the environmental context and shape the contours of human society. Exactly what is given that, uh, technologies, they shape their inhabitants. Very importantly, it is given. Hence, second is your answer. Now, let's do fifth one. The creative element in product design has become of paramount importance as it is one of the few ways a firm or industry can sustain a competitive edge over its rivals. In fact, the creative element in the value of world industry would be larger still if we added the contribution of creative element in other industries such as design of tech accessories. The creative industry is receiving a lot of attention today as its growth rate is faster than that of the world economy as a whole. It is for this reason that today's trade issues are increasingly involving IP, as Western countries have an interest in protecting their revenues along with free trade in non-tangibles. All right, three is introducing the idea that creative industry is receiving a lot of attention today. In fact, the creative element in the value of world industry would be larger still. It will be much more higher. So two is expanding that idea. If we added the contribution in other industries such as design. And now they are talking about an element in product design. All right. 3, 2. Give me a second. 3, 2. Here we are talking, if we talk about the design. Now here, then they are relating product design. So 3, 2, 1. And then, so next one. Easing the anxiety and pressure of having a big day is part of the appeal for many couples who marry in secret. So easing the anxiety and pressure of having a big day is part of the appeal for many couples who marry in secret. Wedding season is upon us, and after 2 years of COVID chaos that saw nuptials scaled back, you may think the temptation would be to go all out. But instead, so continuing, one में तो नहीं आएगा. But instead of expanding the guest list, many couples are opting to have entirely secret ceremonies. With COVID cases remaining high and cost of living crisis meaning that many couples are feeling the pinch, it's no wonder that some are less than eager to send out invites. Now, plus it can't hurt that in celebrity circles, getting married in secret is all the rage. Here, in option two, easing the anxiety and pressure of having the big day is part of the appeal for many couples who marry in secret. This can come because it is elaborating the idea that it also eases the anxiety. All right. Now, and then plus, so there must be some benefit that is already given. This is one of the benefit that is given. All right. Now celebrity circles getting secret is all rage के बाद ये नहीं आ सकता क्योंकि एकदम दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं. और उसके बाद किसी का कोट है. I would definitely say that secret weddings are becoming more common. The founder says, which specializes in so and so. People are looking for the ways to, avoid the circumstances of wedding. So this is continuation of what these people are trying to say. तो फोर्थ में भी नहीं आएगा, थर्ड में इसीलिए नहीं आएगा क्योंकि सेलिब्रिटी सर्कल्स की बात होने लग गई. फर्स्ट में इसीलिए नहीं आएगा क्योंकि वो कंटिन्यूएशन का सेंटेंस दे रखा है. सो ऑब्वियसली ऑप्शन नंबर 2 अगेन. So this is about day 19, and we wish you luck for your exams. Thank you.